Coming up on your Blazer Sports Report, we'll take a look at women's soccer, volleyball, and the Lady Blazers basketball team.
Then we get an inside look at Lady Blazer softball and some highlights from the VSU Albany State football game. Your Blazer Sports Report starts now.
Hello and welcome to the Blazer Sports Report. I'm Morgan Matthews.
And I'm Sean Bartley.
The VSU football team started the season off strong, defeating Albany State 21-13 in their season opener. The Blazers got on the board first with Cedric O'Neal's 9-yard touchdown run. From then, opening kickoff, the VSU defense was locked in with both Malcolm McClinton and Peter Tullock intercepting Albany State's quarterback in the second quarter. The Blazer offense took advantage of Albany State's turnovers when senior quarterback E.J. Hilliard found Dallas Baldner for a 28-yard touchdown pass. Hilliard had an impressive showing in his first start for VSU, throwing for over 200 yards and 1 touchdown. Albany State tried to rally back in the second half with 2 late scores, but an Austin Scott touchdown run in the fourth quarter was the difference, and the Blazers pulled out the 21-13 victory over the Rams. With the victory, the Blazers are now ranked number 14 in the Division II coaches poll and will look to continue climbing up the rankings in the upcoming weeks. Coach David Dean and his squad will now look forward to a matchup with Winston-Salem State and a rematch of the 2012 National Championship game. It's the start of a new season for VSU Soccer. This past Friday marked the opening weekend and a whole new game plan for Blazer Soccer. Blazer sports reporter Paris Eccles caught up with the team after the game.
The women's soccer team kicked off their season this past Friday, September 4th. We caught up with senior defender Shelby Jennings about the start of the new season.
There's a lot more new players this year, and so we're trying to get on the same page. Last year we had a lot of seniors and a lot of players that had been playing together for 2 or 3 years. And so we were on the same page, and this year we're kind of still working on getting on the same page of when to make the runs off of, someone who's got the ball, or, communication. So that's kind of the difference, but our team has great spirit and great mentality, and they all want to be here, and we're having fun. It's just connecting the dots.
We also spoke with head coach Rebecca Nolan about the team's first couple of games.
I'm a little bit disappointed that we of the result today. I thought that we were a little bit better prepared and organised to attempt to get a result against this very good team. But unfortunately, a couple of mistakes, gave them the opportunity to capitalise and get some goals, and it was difficult from there on out.
The Blazers lost their first 2 games, but are expecting to turn things around later on in the season. With your Blazer Sports Report, I'm Paris Eccles.
It seems like Coach Nolan has big expectations for the girls on the team and plans for another memorable season for the Blazers. We will keep you updated on the team throughout the season.
The time for basketball is right around the corner for our Lady Blazers, which will kick off later this fall. We spoke with guard Joe Bistro on her thoughts about this year's upcoming season.
I think last season we played really hard. We had some tough games, wins and losses, but we played through, we played hard. It was a fun season, and I'm ready to be back at it. This season we have a ton of new faces, new people, new offense. It's completely different dynamics, so I think this year we got a whole different team coming out, and I'm really excited to see what we can do this year. Excited to see how if they can step up, be ready, and all the old players ready to fight back and just be ready to play hard this season. This is my second year, so I'm a sophomore. I'm coming in last year, being a freshman, it's difficult. It is for any freshman, but I think I learned a lot, and I got to play in a few games, so this year I'm ready to play even more and to learn even more this season. Last season, I think that we just had to come over different obstacles, whether it be games within each other, but we fought together, we came back together when we needed to, and I think that really helped us out towards the end of the season.
Joe Bistro seems very confident and well prepared to take her team all the way. We wish the Lady Blazers the best of luck.
Blazer softball is coming off a strong season in which they had one of the best pitching staffs in the country. We caught up with Caitlin Calhoun on what she has done in the offseason to prepare for the 2015-2016 season.
Caitlin Calhoun spoke about what she's done to prepare for this season.
In the off-season, I worked really hard with Brandy Morgan. She caught me all summer as much as I could, and worked really hard on getting my pitches to move through the zone and keeping them where batters would attack them.
With all this preparation, the team has one ultimate goal.
My goals are the same as team goals. We're always trying to win a national championship, so we're just working together to get that.
But winning comes with a lot of adversity, such as tough competition.
I think either Huntsville or Shorter are going to be the toughest for us. Huntsville is always a good game. They always play their hardest against us. And then Shorter, obviously, they beat us in the conference tournament last year, so looking to go back at them.
Through it all, Caitlin continues to remind herself what's important.
On the hard days, I just kind of remind myself it's only one day and it's going to get better. Coach always tries to push us the hardest he can. So once that day's over, it's only going to get better.
This year, the team underwent new intense training methods for a successful season.
Navy SEAL training was a lot more fun than I thought it was going to be. Coach was telling us about it. I was kind of nervous, but really got us to work together and trust each other. That was a big thing they talked about, was trusting your teammates. You did things with them, and then to get back to standard if you didn't win the challenge or whatever. So we ended up having to work together to win challenges that day.
For your Blazer Sports Report, I'm Brandon Osborne.
Although the softball season does not start until spring, Caitlin Calhoun is not missing a beat to ensure that her team wins another national championship.
Volleyball season is now in full swing, and the Blazers have looked dominant on the court. After finishing last year undefeated at home, Coach Mike Swan and his squad are excited the season is finally here. Blazer sports reporter Petey Powers has more.
The Albany State volleyball team is coming off their most impressive season in program history, in which they won the Gulf South Conference. While the GSC will once again be an extremely tough conference, as always, Coach Mike Swan has high expectations for his team heading into the 2015 season.
Well, obviously we'd like to be conference champs again after, having the great season that we did last year, getting our first conference title ever. We feel like we've got the program going in the right direction. So conference champs is number one. Two, obviously we'd like to go to the national tournament again, probably win all of our matches at home again like we did last year. We feel like if we can show up in the conference matches and protect our home court when we're here, we have a pretty good shot at the end of the year of being in a good place where we can be seated high for the conference tournament and have a really legitimate shot to get in the national tournament.
While the team has several key players returning, Coach Swan is definitely excited about some of the new faces that will be out on the court this season.
I'm really excited about the 6 new players we've brought in. We have 2 international girls who have a lot of experience, played at a junior college in Florida, are just really physically sound athletes and very intelligent. But even our freshmen have been very surprising and are challenging a lot of our returners for playing time. They've gelled really well. The chemistry on the team right now is, I think really solid. I've been very pleased with our preseason. So I think with our 7 returners and these 6 new people, we have a solid core that we can really have some success with.
With your Blazer Sports Report, I'm Petey Powers.
Thanks, Petey. The VSU Volleyball team has several exciting home matches coming up against conference foes: Mississippi College, West Georgia, and West Alabama. Make sure to make it out to the PE complex to cheer on the Blazers.
Well, that wraps up our show for today. I'm Morgan Matthews.
And I'm Sean Bartley. Be sure to come out and show your support for your Valdosta State athletics.
Go Blazers!